Hello students, I'm your computer science teacher Mrs. Saranya Ivraj. So today we'll be seeing the second half of the first unit, log on to MS Access. Okay, I hope that you all have gone through the video which I have posted last week. Okay, for the first half, is it? Okay, so let's have a short recap for what all we have covered in the first section. So why do we use computers today? To permanently store data that could be accessed easily for future processing, isn't it? So we can store data either in the form of text or Word documents or Excel workbooks. Okay, so what is database? It's a collection of data that could be easily arranged in a way to give out the desired result. Okay, so where does database need arises? There are three needs. Okay, so first is it stores huge amount of data. So for that we have seen an example of adding new voters to the voters list. Okay, so next point is it retrieves specific amount of data. What do you mean by retrieve? It is nothing but getting back from somewhere. Okay, so getting back from somewhere is called retrieved. So it retrieves specific amount of data. For this we have seen an example of splitting a senior citizens from the list of voters. Okay, so the third point is it manages a very large amount of data. Example is maintain the complete voters list of a country. So manually retrieving and managing large amount of data would be difficult, is it? So here database need arises. So by using database we can add new record or modify the existing one in microseconds. This is the main advantage of using database. Okay, so traditional database consists of three sections. As we have seen in the last class, it consists of field, records and file. Okay, so we have seen an example of telephone directory, okay, containing name, address and contact number as the fields. Okay, see here, name, address and contact number are the fields. Okay, so the data given under these columns are called records. Okay, see here, these are called records, these are called fields. Okay, so this complete file, this complete information makes one file. Okay, see this, what is field? It's a column in a table, okay, that has the same type of information. So in our example, name, address and contact number are the fields of the table. Okay, so field is nothing but a key or an attribute. Okay, so the next topic is record. What is record? A collection of fields make one record. It stores all information about a single entity. Okay, so in the given example, name, address and contact number of a single person make one record. Okay, so next we have seen database model. So there are four types of database model. What is database model? It's nothing but a type of data model which determines the manner in which the data can be stored, organized and manipulated. How it is going to store the data. Okay, that is defined by a model called database model. So the four types of database models are hierarchical model, relational model, network model and object oriented model. Okay, so see this diagrams, these are the structures of the four types of database models. Okay, so next we have seen what is relational model. So relational database contains data stored in the form of tables that are related to each other. Okay, that is why we are calling it as relational database. Okay, so the most widely used database model is relational model. Okay, see this two tables, it shows the students table and course table. Okay, so here what is the primary key? Registered number in the student table is called primary key, whereas in the course table, course number is the primary key. Okay, see here, it is the primary key in student table and here it is the primary key in the course table. Okay, so why do we say it is a primary key? Because it is the unique key, okay, which determines the column in the table. Okay, see which is foreign key here. Course number field in the student table is called the foreign key. See here, it is the foreign key of the student table. Why do we say it is a foreign key? Because it relates the course number field of the course table. See here, course number in the student table is called foreign key because it relates the course number field of the course table. Okay, next we have seen database management system. It is nothing but a software, okay, so which helps to create and manage a database. What is MS Access? It is a relational database management system. Okay, so DBMS works based on one of the database models which you have seen above. Okay, so what is RDBMS? Relational Database Management System is a DBMS software, okay, which implements relational model. Okay, for example, MS Access, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, see this tech corner. Latest version of Oracle incorporate the object-oriented model. So hence it is called as Object Relational Database Management System. Okay. So next we have seen about MS Access. So MS Access is a relational database management system. So it is a part of Microsoft Office suite. MS Access database is made up of 4 sections: tables, queries, forms and reports. What is tables? Tables is nothing but the intersection of rows and columns. It contains data in the form of rows and columns. So tables is the main storage containers of the data that we are entering into the database. Okay. What are queries? Queries is the main vital part of the database management system where it calculates, group, filter, join tables, update data, delete data, view data, create reports, etc. Okay. Next we have seen about forms. What are forms? Forms are the primary interfaces through which we enter data into the database. Forms acts as a primary interface. Okay. So through which we can enter data into the database in the tables. So what is reports? By using the data in the table we can generate reports, okay, through queries. So these reports can be printed and viewed. Okay. Till this, is it clear, children? This is about the last class. Okay, so today we are going to see about 3 topics. Okay, how to start MS Access, how to close MS Access, and how to save the database. Okay, so first we'll be looking into starting MS Access 2010. So how do we start? So click start menu, choose all programs, select Microsoft Office and select Microsoft Access 2010. Okay, so you're going to just click start menu, then all programs. So Microsoft Office will appear. So there you're going to select MS Access 2010. So there are 4 basic elements of MS Access 2010. So what are they? Ribbon, quick access toolbar, backstage view and navigation pane. So what is ribbon? Ribbon is nothing but it is a group of tabs, okay, which is located on the top of your program window, okay, which contain groups of commands. Okay, so have a look into this window. See this? So this is called ribbon. See here, it consists of a group of commands, so which is located on the top of your program window. Okay, so this is how a ribbon looks like in MS Access 2010. Okay, so what is quick access toolbar? It is nothing but it is located above the ribbon. It helps to perform common actions. So by default we'll be having save, undo and repeat. See here, so this is called quick access toolbar. Okay, so see, this is located, quick access toolbar is located above the ribbon. Okay, so what is backstage view? Backstage view is the collection of commands having the options for opening, saving, printing and viewing the database under the file tab. So backstage view So where it appears? It appears under the file tab. See here, file tab you could be able to see, right? So under this file tab, Backstage View contains options like open, save, print and view. So shortcut form is Alt plus F keys. Okay. Next is navigation pan. So it is a pan which is located on the left side of the Access window, which help us to work with database objects. Okay. So navigation pan will be on your left side of the Access window, which help us to work with database objects. So these are the 4 basic elements of Access 2010. Okay. Ribbon, which is present on top of the program window. Quick access toolbar, which is located above the ribbon. It helps to perform quick actions. Okay. Backstage View is, it comes under the file tab, having options like print, view, open and save. Okay. Shortcut keys are Alt plus F keys. What is navigation pan? It is located on the left side of the Access window, which help us to work with the database object. So the steps to create a blank database in Access 2010 are: start MS Access 2010. So the first screen will be your Backstage View. Just now I have told you, right? Backstage View comes under the file tab, which has options like open, save, print and view. So after starting MS Access, you will be showing your Backstage View screen. So there you are going to click file, then new. So the available template section window opens in the Backstage View. So on your right, a file name text box will appear. There you are going to change the name for your database. Okay. So then click browse folder next to the file name text box to select and change the location for the database and click OK button. Okay, so after typing the file name, you're going to change the location where your file is getting saved. That you can decide by using this browse folder. You can save it either in desktop or C colon or D colon, wherever you want. Okay, so double click the blank database icon or click create button. After clicking create button, you will be showing the blank database. See this window, it shows how to create a database. What I told you, first start. Okay, first click on the start, then Access 2010. Okay, so after starting MS Access, your screen will look like this. Okay, so here you are going to click new under the file tab. Okay, so the available template, see here. So these are the available templates. Okay, the available templates will appear. Okay, so after clicking the templates, on your right, see here, on your right you will be showing file name text box. Is it? See, so this is your file name text box. Okay, so here you are going to type the file name, whatever you want you can type for your database. So after clicking file name in the file name text box, just click browse folder. See here, this is your browse folder. So here you are going to click and change the location where your database is getting saved. Okay, so after clicking browse folder, double click the blank. See here, after clicking the browse folder and changing the destination folder, you are going to double click the create button. Okay, see, this is the window for the create a database in new location. I told you, right? After clicking the file name in the file name text box, you are going to change the location for where your database is getting saved. Okay, so this is it shows the new location. Okay, so here it is getting saved in the desktop. So Access places the cursor in the first empty cell in the click to add column of the new table. See here, see this window, create a database, add column. So MS Access, what it will do after saving the after clicking the new location, it places the cursor in the first empty cell. Okay, in the click to add column of the new table. See here, you'll be able to see, right? So Access places the cursor here. Okay, see the simply remember steps. So to save a database, so these are all the shortcut keys. Okay, to save a database, press the keys Ctrl plus S. To open an existing database, press the keys Ctrl plus O. To rename a table, press the function key F2. To quit MS Access application, press the keys Alt plus F4. Okay, so these are the shortcut keys for the MS Access 2010. Okay, next we'll see how to save Access database. We have started, we have worked with the database. Next we are going to save. Okay, so the steps to save an Access database are: select File tab and click Save Database As option. So a dialog box will appear. In the file name text box, what is the name that you're going to give for the database, you're going to type and click Save button. Okay, see here, this is a Save As dialog box. After clicking the File tab, Save As option, you will be showing the Save As dialog box. Okay, so here you are going to type the file name of your database. Okay, so after clicking the file name, just click Save here. Okay, see here, after clicking the file name, click Save. So this is how your database is getting saved in your MS Access 2010. So next we'll see how to close MS Access 2010. So to close the MS Access 2010 application, select File tab and click Exit option. So under File tab, you need to just click Exit. Okay, this is how we'll be closing MS Access 2010. Okay, so see this, simply remember. By default, an empty table named table 1 will be open to enter data. So all the databases in Access 2010 will be stored with the extension .accdb, which means Access database. So all the database you are going to save will store with the extension, okay, .accdb. So which is nothing but Access database. Okay, so let us revise this old chapter. Okay, so what we have learnt in this lesson: MS Access, it's a relational database management software. Okay, so what is database? It's a collection of data which could be easily arranged in a way to give out the desired result. Okay, so what is database model? It's a type of data model which determines how to store, organize and manipulate the data. Okay, a relational database contains data stored in the form of tables that are related to each other. DBMS is a software which helps to create and manage a database. So what is RDBMS? It's a database management software which implements relational model. Okay, so what are tables? It is the intersection of rows and columns, and it serves as a main storage containers of the data entered into the database. Okay, so today we have learnt about how to create a blank database in MS Access, how to save your database, then how to close the database. Okay children, understood? So all of you just take a book and recap what are all the topics we have covered. Okay, and if you come up with any questions, just ask me, I'll be clarifying you. Okay, so you'll be having this exam on 19th of November. Okay, have you all seen in the instruction tab in our school website? Just go to the instruction tab. I have already uploaded the PDF, okay, for the book back questions. Okay, next week I'll be posting a revision video. Okay, so yeah, prepare well for your exams. Okay, go to the instruction tabs and check for the your timetable. Okay, check for the timetable for your computer science exam and go to the website and click middle school and click standard 7 and click computer science tab. Okay, there you will be seeing the PDF, okay, for the book back questions. Okay children, yeah, thank you.